issue that I want to mention in this regard is that of overall economic development. Now, you're not going to be able to just go out there and produce the goods and services that the people of the world want if you are not intentional, if you're not sure how you're going to go about it. The way to go about it is definitely to have clear programs for economic development. The whole world, everywhere in the world, all the advanced economies have economic development offices where they are sure, basically what they're doing here, that they want to be sure that they can take care of their own people, that they raise the living standards of their people. The way to raise the living standards of your people is to produce, is to increase your productivity. Earlier, I was talking about the number of delegates you send, in terms or in reference to the productivity, the GDP per capita of a country. So we gotta be able to raise our GDP per capita. The only way we really do it is just by producing. What are the kinds of things that the other countries are doing that has made them so successful? And you will realize that there's one strong area that we tend to miss quite often, and that's the area of research and development. We got to go back and do research and development sector by sector, community by community, even family by family, state by state, region by region, and say, what are our endowments that we have? How is it that we can, or in what ways can we connect our people to these endowments? How can we make sure that we can leverage these endowments? What used to happen is that, it's still happening, is that people will come from other countries and they will seize resources. When the slave trade took place, what was happening then was that they were taking human resources out. It is not that easy to seize human capital. Human capital tends to have a way of shielding itself and protecting itself and negotiating its own migration. But sometimes you can seize human resources and just carry the entire human being and go away with it. It's what they have done with physical resources. So you can come and take natural resources, just literally take it through any kind of schemes, like crude oil, gold, uranium, all these other things that people take out of Africa. They don't take them at the right price. They literally are stealing them. And they take these resources out of Africa. And what's happening there, they're taking what I call natural resources out. But if they take natural capital, you're going to need to negotiate that with the people. If, for example, what do I mean by natural capital? If, for example, you come to Nigeria and you want to take refined petroleum, like gasoline, you're going to need to negotiate that. But if you come to take crude oil and you lift it from the ground, you're taking natural resource. And you can use any kind of shenanigans, any kind of means to take that out. You may not need to negotiate that with anybody because the people, for the most part, don't know how to do it. So you better go find a way that you know how to get that crude oil out of the ground yourself. You add value. When you put your effort into adding value, then you'll be in a good position to negotiate with these global partners how you give them the natural capital. So we want to be able to sell our human capital and our natural capital, any other kind of physical capital. When you do that, you can negotiate very good terms for yourself. And those are the kind of things that help you with your economic development. Then you have the resources to put into schools, to put into healthcare, into wellness, and all these nice things that we want to do. So all these 1,411 people that have gone to Dubai to negotiate climate change and global warming, they got to understand what they're going there for. They're going there to secure the capacity of Nigeria and of Africa to be able to produce the goods and services that people of the world want. They also have to realize they're going there to negotiate the ability to be able to have global partnerships on very good terms. I want to stop here today, but I really think that we'll put forward some ideas for people to talk about and have a conversation on to try to link what we've gone to Dubai to do with the objective of raising the standard of living of our people and making Africa more globally competitive. I'm Professor Magnus Kpakol, and I'm a promoter of human capital development and economic development in Africa.